The creator of One Punch Man just released a brand new manga called Versus, and it's over 70 pages of insane art and story. And in many ways, it's very similar to One Punch Man. It possibly could even be the same world in a sense. You've got powerful monsters that look like the Sea King, you have heroes that have different rankings just like One Punch Man, characters have powers and mystical objects and more. And in this world, humanity is on the brink of extinction because demons have taken over the world. Man, this sounds familiar. Speaking of which, I just released Demon Rush Volume 2. It's finally out, and you can buy one with the link in the description. Don't forget to leave a 5-star review to support your boy. We worked so hard on this, and I'm so proud of it. It also makes a great Christmas gift. So, humanity is on the brink of extinction, and it's up to the last 47 heroes, I guess, of the world to try and defeat these super powerful demon kings who are absolutely absurdly powerful and pretty much are just destroying heroes left and right. We quickly get introduced to the main character named Hollow, and the first image we get of him is one of a timid, kind of weakling character. But as the chapter progresses, he becomes slightly stronger as his comrades continue to fall to the other demon kings. It's going to be up to our hero Hollow and his allies to try and take out the super powerful demon king Jachi, and there will be an insane battle before we get a crazy twist and reveal at the end of the chapter. So we're gonna dive into that coming up right after this. This video is sponsored by ReFantasia, Charm and Conquer. Travel to the mystical world of Asekha, a medieval land full of powerful heroes and dominating factions competing for supremacy. Elves, bestians, fairies, demons, and even goddesses, there's something for everyone in ReFantasia. You are the lord of your city, and you'll assemble a team of sexy waifus, build your stronghold and your army as you conquer the opposition. But it's not just about strength. You'll want to win over the hearts of your followers to level up your heroes faster. The artwork of the game is palpable, and combat has an idle mode to save you time from endlessly grinding. You can purchase different outfits for your waifus and even marry them. In many ways, it's a dating sim. If it moves, you can marry it, and nothing is off limits. And I believe you can even have offspring with them. It's an amusing new game to spend some time on and have fun. No stressful situations here. And yes, the game isn't just simply about destroying enemies and powering up your army, it's really more about running your city. You are the lord of your city, and through diligently completing quests and objectives, you can make all of these fantasy girls fall in love with you. You can download ReFantasia, Charm and Conquer for free right now by clicking my link in the description to support the channel. The chapter opens up showing us a variety of heroes, and we get a great sense of kind of the character models here, which is kind of a cross, in my opinion, between One Punch Man and Dragon Ball. Or maybe not Dragon Ball, more like Dragon Quest. I mean, if you take a look at this Demon King that they show us here in the chapter, he looks a lot like Sea King, but almost kind of like with Toriyama elements out of Dragon Quest or something. I dig the vibe and the feel. I like it a lot. It's not too cartoony. The models are aesthetically pleasing and not overly complicated. It looks great. And as these 47 heroes assemble, you can see the king has said that it's finally time. Humanity's existence is on the line. Demons have taken over the world, and they're the foes of humanity. By now, almost all of the earth has fallen into their grasp. Areas across the world are under control of the 47 demon kings. And the one that reigns above them all is the absolute supreme leader, the Great Demon King, which we haven't seen yet. I'm guessing we'll see him eventually, but the one Demon King Jachi that we get to see later in the chapter, I mean, with the strength of that guy, I can't even imagine with the Great Demon King how powerful he is. So the king gives a very valiant speech here, and he tries to rally everyone up to go on this great adventure and take out the demon kings. It's essentially humanity's last stand, and this army of heroes is the strongest superhuman group, I guess, that they've ever had, using every last bit of humanity's resources, time, technology, and hope. And they do look powerful and confident, but it's not going to turn out too well for them. Each hero is going to lead their own party, and now we get to see a bunch of their heroes and their rankings. But I don't think that this is ranking, essentially, kind of like One Punch Man, where the lower the rank you are, so if you're like A rank 10, you're weaker than A rank 2. I don't think it's the same here because Hollow is the 11th hero, and he's pretty weak. We haven't really seen many of the other heroes fight, so I'm not sure. Maybe he's the 11th strongest of the 47 heroes. I can't confirm that. But in any case, I mean, it is very similar to One Punch Man in the sense you have different heroes who are basically humans with slight amounts of power. Obviously in One Punch Man, when you get to S rank, they're like just crazy powerful, but yeah, these guys feel like pretty much C through A rank heroes in One Punch Man, and they're gonna go up and try and fight the Deep Sea King. And what happened there? You guys remember what happened there? Hollow and his friend Ario, who's also a hero, promise to do their best and take down the Great Demon King. And then we get this awesome double page picture of all the 47 heroes launching out to save the world. And I gotta say, the art is fantastic. There's a lot of beautiful double pages and just really good art. This is not Murata. The artwork will be done by Kyotaro Azuma, who has worked on several other martial arts heavy series such as Tenkaichi and King of Fighters. So half a year has passed. Our hero Hollow and his group are still alive at this point. They're beaten and scratched up, but they've been powering up because they've been in constant combat, and I guess they've been winning. They've been fighting regular demons, not demon kings, but a lot of the great heroes that were showed in the first half of the chapter have already been killed off by demon kings. Even the great thunder hero Abyss, who defeated the lightning magical beast Gora, was killed. And as the group is explaining, it's the same news every time. There's no news of a demon king being defeated, and the heroes are dropping like flies. Now, after half a year's journey, Hollow and his team have finally reached the castle of the 11th demon king, Jachi. And so you can see here that based on the 47 heroes, they each have an individual number, and that number is supposed to correlate to the corresponding demon king, which they are supposed to fight and kill. Which I think seems a little bit reckless. I mean, if the heroes are just fighting demon kings one-on-one and dying, wouldn't you want to like just group up, like maybe split the 47 into 2 or 3 groups and just start slowly taking out demon kings until you get all the way through them? But no, we're just gonna put our like super low power level heroes fight against these mega powerful demon kings, and they're just gonna die. But maybe there's some more to that story there. Now, Hollow's little wizard companion tells us, the reader, that Hollow himself has become stronger over these past 6 months. And that's important because it's giving you a hint of sort of like this power scaling potential of the series. Through training and combat, kind of like Dragon Ball Z, you can increase your power level. So at least they give us that nugget of information there going forward. Now, Hollow sees that his friend Ario perhaps has lost to the Demon King Nudo. The battle was terminated, whereabouts unknown, and he pretty much thinks that his friend has died already. So he's gonna draw out his sword and try to take on Jachi, the Demon King, with his own hands. And as he pulls out this sword, it starts to glow with this radiant energy. The Sword of Courage is shining brilliantly. The fruits of humanity's long history of magic research have produced this sword. One is supplied to each hero. The sword reacts to the wielder's magic and willpower to manifest tremendous power. It's a holy anti-demon sword. It's the only promising weapon against the Demon Kings. And I guess it glows based on the strength of your heart because, as it says, this man's heart has not been broken and he's feeling extremely brave and courageous at this point to fight Jachi alone. So the sword is glowing. We see Hollow and his crew who accompany him go to the castle, and we get this kind of eerie, monstrous, Dracula-looking castle that they go through. I really love the imagery here with the lightning in the background. It's very dark and ominous as we go forward and face certain doom. Before we get another gorgeous double page showing us the throne room of the Demon King Jachi as our heroes finally come in. As Jachi sits on his throne, he says, "Don't worry about all of these surrounding monsters in my throne room. It would be boring if they joined in. You can fight me alone." And you can see that Hollow is sweating nervously because they're completely and utterly surrounded. But the Demon King says, "Show me your power. I'm bored." Hollow's wizard companion uses the highest class supreme flame magic to blast it at Jachi in an attempt to destroy him with a surprise attack. But Jachi simply just blows it away with his breath, showing you how powerful these Demon Kings are. The highest class Supreme Flame magic, and my man just literally blew out a puff of air and defeated it. Then he flicks his finger and completely kills Regis the Wizard, blowing his body in half. So just the airwave from a little flick from the Demon King completely killed the Supreme Mage guy. And you can already tell in this series, the power scaling differential between a hero and a Demon King is so high, you feel hopeless. And that's one of the things that I really like about this series so far is the desperation. Sometimes you feel, let's say at Dragon Ball Super, for example, like there's no stakes. You always know Goku and Vegeta are gonna pull through, and that kind of dulls it down a little bit. In One Punch Man, you know that Saitama is gonna pull through, but a lot of One Punch Man, I'd say like at least half to the majority, is following the heroes, the S-rank heroes, their trials and tribulations, stories, backstories, fights, and struggles, and we've seen them get borderline killed or die in the Garo arc specifically, as all the S-rank heroes tried to fight Garo and Platinum S, the monster cadre, they were getting wrecked and destroyed. So in that sense, I mean, when Cape Baldi isn't there, there's still that desperation, and that's why one doesn't just make Saitama just one punch everyone all the time, because the series would be boring. So there has to be some stakes, and in Versus, they've done a fantastic job at showing us not only the stakes, but the power scaling differential. I mean, unless Hollow gets some insane power boost and becomes God mode, I don't know how in the heck he could defeat any Demon King. But we're gonna see him fight here. So Regis has just been killed, and we find out something else that's very One Punch Man-esque. The Demon King Yachi, all of Hollow's followers, the other like soldiers in his party, are basically passed out and dying because of the dense magic that surrounds his body. It's impressive for a human to even last 10 seconds at that distance, being in his vicinity. What does this remind you of? God Garo. So Cosmic Fear Garo emitted this cosmic radiation, and even the S-rank heroes around him collapsed and died. And it seems like Demon King Yachi has pretty much the same ability. Obviously, this is going to infuriate Hollow, who is the last one standing and comes in with his Sword of Courage, trying to attack Jachi, but Jachi just dodges it, and it's way too easy for him. Now, Jachi does praise Hollow, saying that even with continuous blows, Hollow is pointing at a vital with every swing. So he's definitely a skilled swordsman, but he doesn't have any magic. But even with all that, it's not even remotely close enough to even scratch the Demon King Jachi. And as Hollow comes in for a swing, Jachi catches it and then takes off Hollow's arm. So our hero, unless he gets some sort of prosthetic or magical arm in the future, I guess is just one-armed. And as Demon King Yachi says, "Are you looking for this perhaps?" I'm really getting these One Punch Man villain vibes. I mean, this feels like Moomin Rider versus the Sea King. It really does. It's like someone who is courageous and valiant and people, support him, but he's got nothing on this dragon level monster, right? Now, Jachi even gives back Hollow his Sword of Courage, and he says, "Take that and try to cut me up." Extremely overconfident, but I guess this guy just feels like he's invincible at this point. So Hollow takes the sword, he's like, "You're a fool," comes in with the slice, and Jachi just breaks the sword, diminishing all hope that Hollow had of defeating him. And as the author explains, a natural enemy in the realm of nature is a term indicating an absolute predator of a species, like birds to insects and snakes to frogs, and demons to humans. And we get just this insane, stunning, breathtaking double page. Reminder, this is not Murata. And it's just showing you essentially the power scale. Like, this guy is, 100, 1,000 times stronger than this hero Hollow, who's the leader of his group. And you can just feel the strength, the prominence of this Demon King, and basically like how impossible it is of a task to defeat him. Incredible imagery here. I mean, you have to applaud this, because it's not telling us, it's showing us the scale of power of a Demon King versus just a hero. Now, Jachi appears to shoot like a ki blast from his finger, kind of like a Frieza ki blast or something, blows Hollow out of the castle. Hollow has a flashback of when a friend of his was showing him how to summon an apple, and if you change the summoning circle, a new apple will be summoned that's deformed and it's from somewhere else. Hollow survives, although he is still missing his right arm, he's bandaged up, and that's when a group of friends, Zabi, comes to meet Hollow. Now Zabi is the friend that showed him the summoning magic, and it appears that while the heroes were sent to destroy the Demon Kings and failed, the mages were sent to do something else, and that was to surround the entire Earth in a summoning circle in order to summon allies from somewhere else, some other dimension. But as they're beginning the summoning, they get attacked by an army of demons who are very powerful, and the heroes are struggling against them before they get completely machine gunned into decimation. And this is going to show you that humans struggle against basic demons. Even heroes seem to struggle against basic demons. But these new allies that were just summoned completely decimated the demons in a second. So it appears that the saviors have come, and we finally get to see them. And it looks like straight, like they're out of Halo or something. These are like some high-tech Marines with huge assault rifles, armor, technology, and they look pretty damn cool. So what this is showing us here is that what one is trying to show us, we're gonna infuse multi-universes essentially into one big battle. But the real hook is coming up. And our heroes are essentially like, yay, we did it. We summoned like these super badass guys who are gonna save the world and destroy all the demons and kill the great Demon King. But that's when this new army takes off their helmets and we get to see the commander say, mankind's enemies have driven us into a crisis. We're on the brink of extinction. Will you save us? And so quite the twist and turn of events. Although this new like Halo army that has come in is strong, they're also on the brink of extinction, meaning that whatever crisis is facing their planet is way stronger than the great Demon King and the Demon Kings. There's like, I don't know, 100 humans left combined in these two universes, and they're gonna combine now, they're gonna have to fight two super powerful armies. And so I have absolutely no idea what's gonna happen. I mean, maybe Hollow goes to their universe first and tries to help them, but Hollow is pretty weak. I mean, unless he gets some insane power boost, I don't know how they're gonna defeat anything. I mean, Jachi alone is so far above how strong Hollow is. I don't think that these guys could potentially defeat Jachi, but maybe they do. Maybe he says, hey, if you help me defeat Jachi, I'll go to your universe and help you, potentially. And maybe they're able to destroy Jachi with their assault rifles, but I seriously doubt it. I mean, he literally just flicked a finger and blew a giant hole through a guy. So I don't, even though, you know, these guys are strong, these Halo fighters with guns and everything, they seem pretty strong. I still don't think they're strong enough to defeat a Demon King. We get super high stakes here in this series. I mean, the heroes have got nothing. I mean, there's no savior. I mean, unless they can summon Saitama from another dimension to come in and just start destroying everything. That's what kind of has me hyped here, is the fact that they were able to open a portal to another parallel universe. Potentially they could open more. He could bring in some of his other characters. We've seen one put Tatsumaki in Mob Psycho and kind of do these like mini crossover elements in his series. And it's very possible that we could get something like that here. We could get Saitama or Mob or something to you know, if they open a portal to another dimension and they come in and just start wrecking stuff, maybe. I mean, probably not. Maybe there will be like some, you know, little nugget Easter egg. But I think this story is really about Hollow and, you know, his growth, and he's gonna have to somehow get strong. He is a courageous individual, but he's very weak. How is he gonna make that huge power leap to the next step? I have absolutely no idea, but this was, I think, a phenomenal entry chapter to the series. I'm hooked. I can't wait for the next chapter. I don't know if every chapter is going to be 74 pages, probably not, but I definitely want more. And it was very interesting for me to read this because I have my own manga called Demon Rush. It's right there. Again, links are in the description if you want to purchase one, and you should because it's beautiful and stunning artwork. But I was very interested in like, how does an established mangaka write a brand new series from scratch? And what he did was establish the world in the very beginning, give you a bunch of great art and heroes, and try and slowly get you attached to Hollow, which I'm not attached to him yet because it's, you know, it's easy in a manga to be courageous, but it's hard to be just so badass and cool that like everybody loves you. Uchiha Madara or Sasuke or something. I'm really appreciating this just from my own perspective as a mangaka myself, trying to learn like how is one gonna make his third series popular, because he has two successful series. I mean, One Punch Man and Mob are both have anime. I mean, that means you made it pretty much as a mangaka. If one of your series gets animated, he's got two, this could be the third, right? So I'm learning from Sensei Sensei 1, and I can't wait to see the next chapter. But let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. Don't forget to check out Re Fantasia, Charm and Conquer, and I'll see you guys on the next video.